So welcome to the Chapel FM Radio Theater. Nise, Oliver, how are you both feeling today about the show? Excited?
Very.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Well, this is the Red Kite live show. 2 shows, actually. The Next Generation Foundation, Next Generation Seniors. Okay, and you've got a show first coming up. What's the name of your show?
Should I stay or should I go?
Okay, and quickly, this show requires some real audience participation. In fact, the audience, you all are essential to the show because you're gonna determine what happens in this show, basically. So how does that work, more or less? What's going on?
So there will be a bunch of objects up each time. When Joe and his trusty companion come up to the stage, you will shout as loud as you can for the object that you want to win. The object that got the louder cheer will go through to the next round.
Okay, and because the theme of the Writing on Air Festival, and there are 76 events, and we know because the Next Gen Foundation group counted, it took us about 15 minutes to verify, but there are 76 events, all of which have to do with missing. And so this show involves missing because we're talking about objects in the chapel and which ones we would miss if they disappeared most. Is that right? So we won't say what object you're going to be, but Nise, in just a moment, you're going to transform into an object. Same with you, Oliver, and a couple of other objects. So again, it's all up to the audience and how much noise you make. It'll be scientifically verified by Joe, the meter reader, and his assistant Riley are going to read the sound meter to determine which object generates the most noise. Okay, so I think that's all we need to know unless the audience has any questions. But otherwise, we're going to hear the theme music for the show. Our panel will come out. Big round of applause for the panel. And the objects will get ready to go. Is that right? Anything else we missed out on?
I don't think so.
Oliver? Good?
No.
No? Good. Okay, let's take it away. Welcome to the game show, Should I Stay or Should I Go?
To let me know, should I stay or should I go?
Hey, welcome to our panel. So, first of all, maybe introduce our panelists. So first, and the blue microphone. Who are you, sir?
Hello there, I am Dan.
And on the red microphone.
Hello, my name's Aggie.
Okay, and can you tell us just a little bit about how this show's going to work? I know we mentioned to the audience already, but just anything else you think they need to know about what we're doing today?
Hello there, this is the game show, Should You Stay or Should You Go? The game show where objects from around the world come here to our studio and see whether they belong or don't.
Okay, so I think we're going to meet the 4 contestants, the 4 objects from the chapel, who you, the audience, will decide whether they should stay or they should go. Will we miss them? So let's meet our objects here. So first of all, who do we have here? Welcome.
Hello, my name is Joe the Crow, and I just want to let you know I belong here, so yeah.
Hey, Joe the Crow, thank you for coming on board. And how long have you been hanging around the chapel for a while?
Around 5 years.
Excellent, okay. And then back behind, we have...
Hi, I'm your friendly American exit sign, and I've been here for like 251 years.
Okay, thank you. And next we have...
Hello, I am the ukulele. I am 1,000,000,006 years old and come from the most peaceful city in the world, Reykjavik, Iceland, and I am the most chill person you will ever meet.
Okay, and finally we have a last-minute substitute very bravely joining us here. Okay, welcome.
I am Joe K, and I have probably been here the longest.
And what was your name again? I missed that.
Joe K.
Joe K. And what kind of object are you, Joe K?
A chair.
A chair, okay. So big round of applause for the crow, the exit sign, the ukulele, and the chair.
So, I want to know who I should keep in this chapel, don't we, Dan?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So, first I want to bring up our 2 contestants. Let's have the exit sign. Is that your name, yeah? Okay. The exit sign, and can we have Joe the Crow, please? Come on, come to the stage. You're messing up my pens already, Joe. Not a good start. Okay, Dan, do you want to ask the first question?
Okay then, this is for Joe the Crow. Why did you come here out of all places in the world? Fly anywhere?
Well, I came here with Tony because Tony, I just randomly managed to get into his suitcase. And 5 years ago, I just came here and I thought, you know, I might stay here for a while. Maybe they won't notice me, but till a few days later they did. And they treat me actually pretty well, you know. I like it.
Okay. An exit sign. How long have you been here? I don't think I catch that at the beginning.
I've been here 250 years.
That's interesting, that, because I don't know if the building was here 250 years ago. Can you explain that?
Well, because the building wasn't here, I've been alive for 250 years.
Amazing. So you've just been sitting in this sort of spot for a good, 250 years then?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, all right. And why are you both loyal to the chapel then? Why should, why are you good here?
Well, I help save lives. Because, look around. Everything in here is basically flammable.
Okay. Dan, any questions for Joe the Crow?
Joe the Crow. Why?
What do you mean, why?
I mean, why?
Well, I don't know. I really like this place. I get to wake up people really early in the morning. If they're really tired, yeah, I guess I can wake them up.
What kind of noise do you make?
A crow sound.
Yeah, but how does that sound though?
I can't remember. I think I lost my voice, to be honest.
Aww.
All right then. Okay, exit sign. Do you make any noises?
No, I just light up.
Okay.
Okay, all right then. Fair enough. Okay, what makes you better than the exit sign then, Joe the Crow?
Well, first of all, they don't make any sound. They just light up. It looks renewed, to be honest. I don't really know why. If they was made 200 years ago, they would look really old, but it looks renewed. And I used to make noise. I used to wake up people a lot, but now it's just no.
So are you telling me that you think that the exit sign is lying about their age? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
It looks renewed.
All right.
And what about yourable?
Okay, so can I just say, in my defense, I am old. It's just there's something called fixing. Anyway.
That was cold.
The reason why I'm better than her is because she will poop on your head.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
true.
No, I don't. I'm a very nice crow. I don't do that. The only thing is that if baby cries or do anything really just not okay in this place, I will rip the hair off. I will bite it.
Okay, so a little bit of a threat, bit of security guard there. Dan, any last questions before we vote?
No, not really. Well then, audience, I guess it's time to vote. Our assistant and noise person will go around and measure your loudness.
So, if you are happy with Joe the Crow staying, then I need you to shout as loud as you can, because the person who gets the biggest noise number will be staying in the chapel and staying for the final.
Okay, so on the count of 3, Joe the Crow, you can do whatever you want to try to generate some support from the audience. This is your chance. Ready? Audience, you've got 5 seconds to make as much or as little noise as you want. On the count of 3.
3, 2, 1, shout!
Okay, Riley, what's the score for Joe the Crow?
104.7.
104.7 for Joe the Crow. Okay, and now?
And now, audience, it's time for you to shout for exit sign. 3, 2, 1, shout! That seemed louder.
104.8.
By 0.1%. The winner. Okay, wow, that was very close. So any one little extra bit of noise could have made the difference. So next time it's in your hands, audience. So that means...
Our winner is, who was it? Sorry, I actually missed it.
It was exit sign.
Exit sign. Okay, the winner is exit sign. Thank you so much for coming. I'm excited to talk to you in the final. Joe the Crow, it's been a pleasure. See ya.
Get out.
Okay, let's hear the music. And everyone, you can stomp away or say farewell to Joe the Crow. Bye, Joe the Crow.
Bye, Joe.
We'll miss you. We'll be missing you.
So we've come to round 2 then. Who are our last objects? We've got the ukulele. Is that how you pronounce it, sir? Okay, all right. And then what do we have over here? Is Joe K, the chair? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to make yourself to the
And
stage?
we've got a surprise announcement. We have an unexpected third object in this final round. We're also being joined by Scrap the dog. So come on down, Scrap, as well. You want to join? Okay. So this is a three-way runoff. So lots of competition here. Okay. So you'll have to share Scrap and Chair. You'll share that.
Sorry, can I just ask who's this Scrap the dog then?
Pardon?
Who is it? Who are you? Sorry, Scrap the dog, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, all right then. Right, so we'll ask you some questions, Scrap. I know you missed the first few minutes, and we're on round 2. So, Dan, do you want to ask the first question?
Okay, this first question is for ukulele. Sorry. Ukulele, how come you're the most important when there are a bunch more on the wall over there?
I can be played at all times. Scrap the dog may look cool. I respect that. But they're only decorative. And the chair's not unique. There's 17 of the exact same of him all around here. So they don't really do much. And I'm unique because I am black with a British rugby ball on there. Everybody here, try and beat that because there is no better object.
Can I just ask then, so you've compared yourself to the others, but look at all those guitars. There's loads.
Well, that's like saying, oh, well, a dog can't be good because there's 17 other cats in the room.
Okay, that's very fair enough. That's an interesting point. Okay, I've been showed up a little bit. Okay. All right, I'm blushing. All right, okay, next question. I'd like to ask Joe Kay, the chair. So, do you have any special skills or talents since there are 17 others?
I'm glad you asked. I am a transformer, a vehicle so you can go to the shop whilst being sat down all the time. I'm also an amplifier so that you can plug your electric guitars in.
That's very interesting. So, are you saying that you're magical?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. He's got to teach us some of those skills. All right, Scrap the dog. Dan, do you have a question?
Yeah, Scrap the dog. If you were to be a real dog, what kind of dog would you be?
I'd stay the same, if I'm being honest with you.
No, I mean, like, what kind of dog breed?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Just a dog.
So, Scrap, it is Scrap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you know what type of paper you're made out of, or is it rubbish? What's the situation?
Just rubbish. People have picked up.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, tell me, what's your life stories? Because you didn't get introduced at the beginning, so I want to know how you got here, how long you've been here.
Basically, I was walking in New York, and a big storm came, and randomly, tornado came, started flowing around in the wind. I ended up in a chapel, landed safely, thank God for that. Now I'm here.
So, where's your New York accent?
Pardon?
Your New York accent?
Because you're from New York.
I wasn't born there, I just ended up there.
Oh, all right. Okay, so how long ago did you come here, did you say?
Like a year and a half ago.
Right, okay. And so, Joe Kay, why are you loyal? Why do you like the chapel?
I like the chapel because there's a lift so that people don't have to walk up the stairs, so I have more use. And I like it when people put on funny shows.
A bit like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, ukulele, why are you loyal to the chapel?
Well, I have been here for many, many years, and with my mother's and father's heritage, I will be loyal to staying here for the next 17 billion years of my life.
That's really nice.
Okay then. And what about you, Scrappy the dog?
What was the question?
Why are you loyal to the chapel?
Because basically, I sit there every day, making everyone adore me. And I just show people that rubbish is you don't have to just always put it in the bin. You can just make stuff with it.
Okay then. Well now, audience, it's time for you to vote who you want. Come on, our noise person and assistant.
Joe the meter reader and his assistant Riley, ready to go. Okay, so first we're going to vote for
Ukulele.
Okay, on the count of 3.
3, 2, 1, shout!
97.2.
97.2.
Next up, chair. 3, 2, 1, shout!
99.0.
Technology. Technology, I don't know. Okay, well, we got to trust the technology. That's one of the lessons. Don't trust your ears, trust the technology.
And now, finally, scrap the dog. Shout in 3, 2, 1.
What do we do? Well, I guess the lesson is we trust technology, right? Over
Well,
our own
then.
bodies. Ethical dilemma. Radio facilitator, what are we doing in this ethical dilemma where the technology tells us one thing and our own ears tell us something else? This was not planned, by the way.
So who's it between? Who's it between?
According to the technology,
According to
No,
people in the
you-
room.
Do you know what? I think it's time actually that the judges deliberate.
Oh, okay.
Because
Just
we
a
haven't-
brief
we've not said
pause.
anything
Let's
so
play the
far.
theme music
Yeah.
while the judges deliberate what to do, because we've got a conundrum here. Our ears are telling us one thing, the technology is telling us something quite different. Okay, judges,
We
deliberate.
have our verdict.
Okay.
We
All right.
did a lot of speaking, took us about 15 minutes to decide.
Okay.
And I think, they're all great contestants. But clearly the technology seemed to lack a little bit. And Dan, do you want to tell us?
The winner of round 2 is... Scrap the dog!
Okay. All right. So farewell, ukulele, farewell.
Later.
Get
chair.
out of here.
Get
Okay,
out of here.
now we're in the final lightning round here.
Bye.
Okay, ready to go? Take it away, lightning round.
So we find ourselves here at the final, and we've got 2 people in the final here, or should I say objects. So who do we have then, Dan?
Our final 2 objects in Will You Stay or Will You Go are... Exit sign! Come on, up to the stage.
To the stage, exit sign.
Okay. This is just one question for each to decide. Okay, and then
And then the other object is Scrap the dog.
So for this final round, we've got one question for you each, and you only get one shot at it, okay? So our question is, let me find it in my notes here. Why would we miss you if you were to leave the chapel?
First up, exit sign.
You wouldn't even be able to miss me. Y'all would be gone.
What?
Are you saying that's a threat?
No, it's not a threat. It's more just predicting. No.
Okay then. What about you, Scrap the dog?
You'd miss me because I literally sit there every single morning greeting people when they come in with my fabulous colours and nice pieces of rubbish on me. So you'd sort of miss looking at me.
Yeah, they do look kind of cool.
Okay, well, I think it's time for the audience vote then. So, can we have our noise man, please?
And now,
What? All right, then what do you suggest we do then, old man?
come on.
this is actually secretly a show about how you shouldn't trust technology. Okay.
I didn't mean to call you that. You didn't even hear me.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
what
right.
do you suggest we do?
Okay.
Okay then.
All
Well,
right.
first up on the screamometer is exit sign. 3, 2, 1, shout!
One 101.3.
101.3.
Okay, then. Next we've got Scrap the Dog. Give it up in 3, 2, 1.
For the answer. Now come here then and tell me the answer.
96.9.
Judges.
I guess we have our answer. Dan, what do you think? Should we accept it? Should we have a revote? Okay.
How about we nominate one person from the audience to be the judge, because the lesson, people, is the human ear is always better than technology. Okay, so who should be our judge here?
Don't we
I'm gonna pick
choose?
someone we don't know. Young person just behind Johan there. What's your name? You want to come down and be the judge? Okay. Tell us your name. Okay. Down with technology. We trust the human ear instead. Okay, we're going to revote. And what's your name? Alfie. Okay, here, I'll hand you the mic. So you're going to judge which one gets the loudest noise. Here we go.
Let's start off. Let's have the exit sign.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
And now for Scrap the Dog in 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Tell me quietly which one you think it is. Okay. Oh, you can announce it actually. Okay. So our judge has made the decision. Everyone ready? On the count of 3, we're going to find out. Speed suspense. Okay.
The exit sign.
Come on down, exit sign, acceptance speech.
I feel so happy right now. You don't know how happy this has made me. You're fine. You're gonna survive. I promise. I'll make sure of that. I thank my mom, my little sister over there, my big sister over there, and everyone else in here. Thank you.
And Scrap the Dog, do you have any final words?
Get out then.
Dan?
Nothing really, you'll just miss my face.
Okay, then get out.
Okay, so, well, thank you, Scrap the Dog. You did well. Okay, so thank you again for joining us for Should I Stay or Should I Go here on East Leeds Community Radio as part of the Writing on Air Festival. Elliot, take it out with the theme music. And a big round of applause for all the participants.
Darling, you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go? If you say that you are mine, I'll be here till the end of time. So you got to let me know.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you very much to the Next Gen Foundation Group for their game show, Should I Stay or Should I Go? Now it's time for the Next Gen Seniors Group.
So, we're the Next Gen Seniors, and we're going to be showing in our show music, poetry, a comedy sketch, a media mockumentary, and much more.
So, everyone give it up for the big jingle.
Learning to write? Let them think you were born that way. So wrote Ernest Hemingway. What do you write? Writing on air from Chapel FM.
I realize that I've been, in your eyes, some kind of fool. What I do, what I did, stupid fish, I drank the pool.
Hello, welcome to our live studio audience. How are you feeling, Agnes?
I'm feeling good. I had a really good time earlier in my role as Aggie, so...
Yes, we learned some important political lessons in that last show. What did we learn from that last show?
Technology is bad.
Yeah. And democracy is faulty. That wasn't planned, but, you know, that's how these things work sometimes.
Yeah,
you never know what you're going to discover when you're making live radio like this. All right, so this is the second to last show today in the Writing on Air Festival. So show number, I don't know, probably like 59, 61, something like that out of 76 shows. How's the festival been so far for you?
It's been really good, tiring, but Peter, who sat there, who I disrespectfully called old man earlier, has done an amazing job. So it's just been amazing seeing the show and the festival blossom.
Excellent. Okay, so now what do we got coming up here?
So we've got a sketch, a comedy sketch called What the Flip. I think it entails something about missing staff members. I don't know, but it should be really good.
Here it is. So this is Amos, Johan, Zach, and Stephen with What the Flip.
Back at the chapel again during the Writing on Air Festival. Where is everyone? No one's got here yet. Hi, Emma. Oh, hi, Zach.
Oh, hi, Amos.
Oh, hi, Stephen.
Why is anyone here?
I don't know, Johan's not arrived yet.
I wonder where Johan is.
Oh, hi, Johan.
Hi, guys. So what are we doing for the Writing on Air Festival?
I don't know. We're meant to meet in the open area with Agnes and the other adults to talk about it. I think Agnes and everyone else is a bit late, though.
Wasn't Agnes with the Next Gen Foundation?
Say, where are all the Next Gen Foundation?
What the flip? So apparently all the Next Gen Foundation got stuck in the lift.
Oh, what a shame. I'm so sad that all the Next Gen Foundation group went missing.
We should go tell Tony what happened. We've looked everywhere. Where's Tony?
What the flip? What the flip? Tony just said on the WhatsApp group that he's gone to America on another holiday.
Well, Peter should be in the chapel. He's the one running the whole Writing on Air Festival.
Let's just go find Pete in the cafe.
Don't tell me Peter's gone as well. Where is Peter?
What the flip? Peter's gone to the theatre again for the 1000th time.
I thought Peter was meant to be here at the chapel.
Well, Elliot's on tech, and Tony and Pete are gone. That means Agnes is the only adult left.
Let's go find Agnes, guys.
Don't tell me Agnes is missing too. Where is she?
What the flip? Agnes has just texted the group chat that she didn't like her new job and she's quit. She's also left the group.
Oh, I give up. None of the staff are here.
Hi, Dad.
So, how about we go upstairs to see who's doing music in Studio 3? There's always someone doing music up there.
I thought they were meant to be rehearsing. Where have all the musicians gone?
What the flip? Lydia's not here because she sung too loud and lost her voice. Josh has gone home with her, and all the other musicians went out to get Monster.
Guys, we should all just go down to the cafe for a cup of water and calm down.
That's a good idea. Say, why is there a poetry book here?
Weren't Sarah and Ellen meant to be writing a poem for it?
What the flip? They just messaged the group chat saying they've got lost in a world of poetry.
Why is everyone going missing today?
Wait, where did Zach go?
Oh yeah, he got picked up by his dad like really early today.
I guess it's only me, you, Johan, and the chapel today. Wait, isn't Elliot here?
Elliot! Elliot, where did you go? Stephen, you know how to do the tech. Go, fulfill your destiny. Yes, go on, Stephen. Stephen, turn the lights off and on again so that we know you're doing it.
Why is he so quiet, Amos? Amos, where did you go? Stephen, have you seen him anywhere?
Where is everybody?
Everyone's gone missing.
Well, Jimmy played our man again, the pub where I was born. He played it from the night time to the peace of early morn. He sang the songs of psychos and the men who had the horn. And they all were very happy in the morning. But Jimmy didn't like his place in this world. When he heard the cross.
And that was What the Flip, which was meant to go a lot better. Oh well. That song was a Pogue song in honour of Shane McGowan, who died yesterday, R.I.P., and now for Agnes and Charlie.
Thank you. Cheers. I'm a bit small. So, this is the poetry segment, and Sarah and Ellie couldn't be here to read their poems because they are down south, but they are enjoying the time in the south.
So they are both featured in the Writing on Air anthology that we have released this year. It's the first time, right? First time this has happened. And we want to do it again next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that. So yeah, their poems feature in this book, and there were 300 copies made. And please buy one today, or if you're here tomorrow, or if you're listening and you want to come in. If you're not in the book, then it's £5. So please come and buy one, and then we can do another one next year.
However, so we do have Ash here to read their poem live. So, Ash, come on out. Everybody, enjoy the live reading, and welcome Ash to reading the poem.
We're going to have Ash first, and then we'll play 2 poems, and that's from Seren and Ellie, who can't be here today.
Hi, I'm Ash. I'm going to read a poem called How Did It Get This Far? Just a trigger warning, it can be a little bit graphic, so if you're not up for this, feel free to leave the room for a minute. Their hands obsessed and consumed over their skin, their brittle bones ambitious to be seen through their skin, the brain compelled to be directed by image. What's missing? They repeat. Who is it? What's missing? Do I need to work more? What's missing? Will I find it? Maybe I'll never know. A temple decaying and wasting away, once glorified and worshipped, now left in a cold, bony embrace. Now their hands and thoughts change, hands to ones with no compassion. What's missing? Is it a part of me? What's missing? Is it my reasoning? What's missing? Maybe I'll never know. Though still yet, in that dark stands a happy soul. No need for these affections or dark thoughts of the conscious. They just stand and look at themselves, bursting with wonder, repeating, how did it get this far?
Addressed to me. I miss the moments in front of me, always reaching for something else. Now I'm here. Yearning for what I discarded, the world fades to dust, and I am nothing. Only the mistakes I made, again and again. Caged in, self-curated insanity, anger, disgust. I miss the peace. Childhood and that youthful glow. Untarnished, perfect. The street corners we used to play on, now lost to urban sprawl. The city I grew up in felt like home, yet now it lies wasted, trapped inside memories, blurred and travelling thousands of miles ahead of me. Leaving me behind, I am eaten alive by the crippling fear, the nights I spent rocking back and forth. I went missing, you know, and I drifted, far away from here, listening for my screams and met only with deafening silence. The past keeps knocking at my door, but I was dragged away by a life that didn't exist. And now I'm here. Am I supposed to feel pain? I hate that I can't remember the childhood I lost, all those hours I spent clawing for the future.
Her legacy. In the footnotes and fine prints of history books, she sits and waits. She hopes that someone will read her story, learn her history, care about her contributions, but months turn into years which grow into decades which change into centuries of sitting and waiting. While time ticks on into yet another modern era, still no one recognises her life, or bothers to think of how their lives became to be what they are. Her legacy is missing from the penned pages of the past, in which the ink dried before she was even considered. So society forgets those who forged their gleaming futures from nothing. Soon enough she'll be gone completely, lost to time's relentless push into a future which forgets so easily and doesn't account for the missing.
Such beautiful poems there, read by Seren and actually Josh today, because Ellie was feeling a little bit poorly yesterday when we recorded them. So up next we have Lydia, who will be singing Talking to the Moon.
I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away. I want you back, I want you back. My neighbors think I'm crazy, but they don't understand. You're all I had, you're all I had. At night when the stars light up my room, I sit by myself, talking to the moon, trying to get to you. In hopes you're on the other side, talking to me too. Or am I a fool who sits alone, talking to the moon? Oh. I'm feeling like I'm famous, the talk of the town. They say I've got mine, I've got mine. But they don't know what I know, 'cause when the sun goes down, someone's talking back. Yeah, they're talking back. Oh, at night when the stars light up my room, I sit by myself, talking to the moon, trying to get to you. In hopes you're on the other side, talking to me too. Or am I a fool who sits alone, talking to the moon? Oh, 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 oh. Do you ever hear me calling? Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause every night I'm talking to the moon, still trying to get to you. In hopes you're on the other side, talking to me too. Or am I a fool who sits alone, talking to the moon? Oh, I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful, Lydia. So next up we have Lydia, Ash and Charlie playing House of the Rising Sun.
I'm so sorry.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I am one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time he's satisfied is when he's on a drunk. Oh, mother, tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Well, I got one foot on the platform, the other foot on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear the ball and chain. It's a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one.
All right, well, thank you to Charlie, Ash, and Lydia. Another round of applause for those both songs. And Josh, so we're going to hear now in just a moment a trailer of a documentary that Josh and Jude are working on, and then we're going to have a discussion. So in just a moment here, Josh, while I set up the table, do you want to talk a little bit about the mockumentary?
Yeah, sure. So this media mockumentary, we thought of the idea, and we're like, why not create it into a bigger project? So at the moment, we're still in production. We're planning on it to be a 4-episode long mockumentary about what do people miss when a teenager goes missing. And what I mean by that is, what does the media miss? What do school miss? What do family miss? And of course, important, what does the teenager miss? So you get to hear from all 4 sides of the story, and who knows what's to happen. But are we nearly done?
Yep. So do you want to play the trailer first?
Did you know that a person in the UK goes missing every 90 seconds?
I actually did not know that. How is that relevant to...
Well, our media mockumentary is about a teenager going missing and what they go through and what they see, but also what other people see.
Yeah, that's so crazy that so many people go missing.
And in addition, the media, what they see of a teenager and their delinquent behavior, as they quote.
Yeah, like when you hear the word teenager or youth, what's the first thing that comes to mind? It's not generally positive.
And then there's school, how they see this young, but also very quiet student that usually sits in the back of the class.
I always got the, it's so nice and intelligent, but never contributes because I didn't talk.
And then we have the family, who they don't get any information out of the teenager because they never speak to them.
Which is true to teenage life. That's just how teenage life works.
And then there's the teenager themselves, what they go through on a daily basis and how they see themselves when they go missing.
Which, yeah, no. Teenagers all hate themselves.
But I'm looking at the time, and it looks like another person's gone missing.
To build a giant cyborg robot parade, robot parade.
All right, so that's, oh, yeah. So that's a little teaser of a project, Josh, that you and Jude are working on. So how did this idea first come about?
I think, well, when we got the topic of missing, I mean, we've heard the word for like a few months now, so we couldn't really escape it. But we decided, let's take a different turn to what we usually do here at Chapel and try and create something that most people don't go down the route of. So we don't really see much drama performances from Next Gen. So we decided, let's go down that route.
And one of the things we're going to do is, before we end, is just get a few thoughts from the audience, because as you're developing, it's really great to get some feedback, but also maybe if there's things that you want to be asking as well.
Yeah, so this is mainly a sort of a Q&A session. So if any of the audience members have any questions, or any of the Next Gen have any questions as well, feel free to ask them, and I'll try and answer the best I can.
So Josh is open for questions, but what would you be interested in? So in this mockumentary series, a bit dramatized about teenagers, what happens when teenagers go missing, and there's this idea of the 4 layers, right?
Yeah,
the school.
it's like I don't know if you guys have seen. It's more like the iceberg. Like there's the tip of the iceberg, which is the media, and then there's the bottom of the iceberg, which is the teenager. And it goes in layers.
So I guess just, if you were going to be listening to this, so the things that you're curious about this whole question of teenagers going missing and how society responds or doesn't respond, why it happens, and what Josh and Jude and some of the others might explore going forward with this topic.
Yeah.
So I've got a question for you, but then welcome a couple questions from the audience as well. So when you go about doing this, first of all, are you envisioning going out into the community, into schools and things, gathering vox pops and other things like that?
Yeah, I think it would be a great idea if we could. I mean, if we get the voices from the teenagers themselves, what they view on not only like their life in school, but also it could help with that section. So we do have a school section, so when it comes to writing that, we will take our lives as a focus point, but also other people's lives as well.
Great. We've got a question here from Dan, the panelist. Oh, I mean Dante. Here we go, Dante.
Who's missing?
Well, it's your average, everyday teenager. I've actually forgotten their name. I know that's bad of me, but I can tell you a description of them. They are I believe they are, well, like I said, if you heard in the trailer, they are quite quiet in school. They don't usually talk to their parents. It's usually, we've gone for the stereotypical teenager view because that's how the media sees it. They see it as a stereotypical teenager, so we're going to go for the stereotypical view. But we're going to use that stereotypical view and broaden out the horizons, show you what's actually underneath those stereotypical stereotypes.
And why do you think radio or podcasting or audio is especially good for exploring this topic, as opposed to, say, making a film or doing a newspaper story?
I guess you could say it's going to get out more. I think if you read paper, you're not going to feel emotion, you're not going to get anything from it. And if it's sort of a film, it's like a one-time thing you see every now and then. But with a media mockumentary, it's here to last, it's here to stay. And with a podcast, like, you can rewatch that every time you want to. So with it being sort of like a podcast and a media mockumentary mixed up, you'll see that it will be able to last, but also it'll be more efficient to get the message across.
Okay, we've got a question here from the third row.
So how is this going to work?
How is this going to work? Well, I believe, as I've said, we've got 4 episodes coming up. We believe that our first episode is going to be a live drama performance right here when we have the space available. I believe it will be just me and Jude, but I believe if we need anyone else, we will ask around the next gen, see if we need any additional roles. And then every episode after that might be like sort of like a podcast, pre-record, so it's there physically, but if anyone would like the rest of the performances to be drama performances, I do not mind recommending that to Jude.
Okay, another question.
Yeah, hello. Why
Hello.
did you choose to do a mockumentary rather than a documentary?
Well, I think the whole idea is that the media makes the mockumentaries, or I should say documentaries. So we're making a mockumentary to mock the media in this case, because they definitely don't get the true idea of what teenagers are about, and when one does go missing, they just, oh yeah, so here's a teenager, they've gone missing, all right, time to move on to something else. It gets brushed off quite easily, so the reason why we're doing a mockumentary is we're mocking the media.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to do Amos first, and then we'll go up to James. Okay, Amos?
When you say stereotypical teenager, what is the stereotypical teenager, and where is this stereotype coming from?
So
I think of like what the media says of a stereotypical teenager. I think people going out with like balaclavas on.
Yeah, I guess there's multiple stereotypes that you could go off of. I guess there isn't really one stereotype that you do go off of, but the stereotype that we've gone down is the quiet person who is able to do work. They're smart, they're capable, but they're not like outgoing. They're an introvert. They're not able to speak up for themselves. So we've gone down that teenager route. There are many other different stereotypes of teenagers, but that's the one we decided to focus on.
Yes, I was thinking of the, like you said, mockumentary, a way of mocking the song and dance of media. How about a musical episode or a musical song for the media?
That would be an interesting one. I'd have to bring that forward to Jude. I think if we had the musical talents, which I know we do next gen, then we can definitely put that forward as something that we could do, definitely for media, because I think the media do a lot of things wrong when it comes to talking about teenagers, so we'll bring it across.
Okay, Dante's making me jump over the pew walls here. Back to Dante.
How old are they?
How old are they? They are I'd say about my age, so around the sort of 14 to 16 age range, just so we can, it's sort of like you're going into sort of like college and possibly, or you're still in high school in this case, so you have a lot on your back, especially with GCSEs coming up.
Okay, 2 more questions before we go. Anyone else before Josh? Oh, we got one from Peter Spafford in the back here.
So are you exploring the question of whether teenagers hate themselves? I'm interested in that. Do they?
I guess that's one way we're going down. Like, we're gonna investigate if teenagers do hate themselves. If they don't, it's more of a case of investigating teenage lives and being able to show people like what they truly are. So some teachers may be positive about themselves, or some teenagers maybe not so much. But we're going to collect all those views and see if we can get a general view on how people feel about themselves.
And a final question for Dante again.
Dante again.
Number 3.
When does the first episode come out?
There's not an official date yet, unfortunately. We're still, like I said, we're still in production. So I believe we do have sort of scraps of the first episode, but we need to write a proper draft down, and then we'll start practicing it and getting it fully organized. But we don't have an official date yet.
And Josh, in your dreams, if this program comes out and gets heard by people and talked about, what would you like to see it cause to happen in the world in your wildest dreams?
I hope that teenagers' lives are actually properly acknowledged, because I know that from not only my own experiences, but every other teenager's experiences, that our lives can be quite stressful, and we have a lot riding on our backs with, again, media, school, families. It's why we chose those topics. So I'm hoping that our lives are at least acknowledged, and hopefully attitudes towards teenagers change.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to seeing the documentary and the performances. So round of applause for Josh and his companion Jude, who couldn't be here today. And we are just about at the end of the show, Red Kite Live, but we'd like to, for the final installment, just a very quick discussion. So invite all the next gen seniors to come back up on the stage.
So you want me to stay here?
Yeah, you can stay there. And even any foundation folks can come up. So we just want to close with a discussion on this topic of missing. We were talking about the idea of different things people miss. And one of the things that came up a couple weeks ago was the idea of missing the social cues, this kind of little unwritten rules of society of how people are supposed to behave. So this is just a very quick roundtable for each person to say, just to think of something from your own experience, or maybe someone else you know, of a thing that you just feel like you just misunderstand. Like, why do people do that thing? What's a little social cue or social behavior that you miss? And so just a few comments. And in no particular order, this is just people's chance to say things that you don't quite get when it comes to social cues. And Josh, do you want to start it off?
I think I'll start because I've got the microphone.
Great.
I guess missing social cues, I guess it's fine. I don't really see the issue with missing social cues because as a person myself, I can't read them. Yeah. I find it quite hard to look at someone and they're trying to signal something to me, and I'm like, what? And they have to verbally say it to me to make me understand. So I think I don't know why there's sort of a stigma around missing social cues, but I don't really understand why.
Okay. Well, I know one for me is there's definitely certain kind of jokes that I just don't get, right? Some of them maybe it's cultural, coming from one country, moving to another country, but other times there's just certain kinds of humor where people tell certain sort of jokes. And maybe it's the kind of particularly jokes, I don't know, jokes that have a kind of a slightly mean edge to them. I just don't get the humor most of the time. So people will say, and I just have to kind of nod my head. So, Amos.
I don't understand different people's accents.
Oh, okay. People
like,
with strange accents.
Like when you go to Liverpool, is anyone here from Liverpool? No, good. Well, when you go to Liverpool, like the accent's funny for the first half an hour, and then it's just really annoying.
Okay.
But also slang. But then there's also slang words in different cities and things like that, and different cultures where you don't understand what a slang word means.
See, I love those things. Before I came here, I had no idea what a ginnel was, but now I use that word all the time. A good ginnel. All right. Other social cues that people miss. Johan, there must be some social cue. What's the social cue you miss?
I don't really know. Sometimes someone will be trying to tell you not to say something you don't really understand, so you just keep talking.
Yeah.
And you keep talking, and it keeps going.
Okay. All right. Oliver, how about you? Social cue.
I'm going to stick with Amos's idea about slang words. I saw earlier that some people around the UK have a slang word for Christmas called Christy. I genuinely hope that wasn't real, but if people around the UK actually call Christmas Christy, please don't.
All right. Other social cues that people miss. Joe, I'm going to put you on the spot. Is there a social cue that you sort of just don't get?
Yeah, I guess picking up on your theme, Oliver, there at Christmas, around gift giving and who you give gifts to and how much and how you do that. And everyone has completely different rules, and some are more outrageous. How could you only spend that much on that person? And it's all really random, all those rules. Callum, you got something?
I don't get it that when you ask them a question, they'll answer and then they'll ask you a question. You're meant to be asking the questions, not the person answering.
What did you say, Callum? That's okay. Who's next?
I hate it when you're talking to somebody. No, I hate it when somebody's talking to you and you can't hear them, so you keep asking them what they're saying, and then they say it doesn't matter. I want to know what you were saying. It really annoys me.
Okay, who next? Lydia.
Oh, right, it's me now. Well, I don't have anything about social cues, but one time when I was in London, I don't mean to offend anyone who is from London, but when I was down in London, it was wait, what? Who's from London? Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm continuing. So, when I was down in London, I was in a little gift shop when we went to the Army Museum. And I was just talking to the shopkeeper because I was asking if she had anything like a little badge with the Army Museum name on it. And she's like, "Hold on a minute, can you slow down? I don't understand you." And I'm like, "What? How can you not understand me? I'm just speaking normally. What are you on about?" And she's like, "I'm sorry, but people from Leeds and places like that, it's you speak too fast." And I'm like, "What?" So that's just one thing that I don't understand. Amos, I'm passing this back to you.
Why? I don't like Crocs. They're just really uncomfortable.
I think Crocs are so nice. They massage your feet with those little bumps. Do you know the little bumps inside?
Yeah, there are so many shoes that are so much more comfortable, and you choose and look better, and you choose Crocs.
I like them.
I was about to say, I feel like you were going to get onto this. I feel like speaking slowly is more of a decency thing than a social cue thing.
What do you mean, decency?
If you're speaking to someone and you're trying to make them understand you, you would speak in sort of a tone that they can understand and at a speed they can understand. It's
targeting me?
no, I just heard you say that speaking fast was a social cue, and I had to say something. Well, you brought up in this conversation about social cues.
But I literally said before I started speaking, this is not about social cues, but on with conversation.
I hate it when people start arguing.
Okay, we have time for a couple more. Anyone who wants to add something?
Socks and Crocs all together is completely wrong. If you're going to wear socks, why are you going to wear Crocs with it? It makes no sense, especially in winter. Winter socks and Crocs, you may as well just put on better shoes. Put on trainers.
Well, we cover it all here in Red Kite Live, from the functioning of democracy to socks and Crocs. Okay, a couple more.
You'll be in a conversation with with someone, and then they'll just start talking about something completely off topic and not related to what you were asking them.
You'll be talking about social cues, and they'll start rambling on about Crocs.
Okay, a couple more. We got 3 more before the end of the show. Okay, anyone else want to say something? Did you want to say something else? Oh, another comment from Callum here.
Back to the topic of Crocs and socks. I totally disagree, Oliver. Crocs and socks belong together. Crocs and socks are the total opposite of pineapple on pizza. Crocs and socks belong, pineapple and pizza doesn't.
Right, actually going back to social things.
Strong opinions here. We don't shy away from the big controversies here at East Leith FM.
Actual social things.
Okay,
I don't
last
like
bits.
Cigarette smoke. It stinks. And I don't like it when people are smoking in public because it stinks.
Okay.
Car smoke is just about the fuel, honestly.
Petrol smells nice.
Okay, so we last ones. Any social cues you miss, and a little bit of general whinging. This is the chance. Get it off your chest here. Steven's got to go. Okay, and then okay.
So this topic might have happened a bit ago, but I'm going to elaborate on Amos's point about when somebody speaks to you, right, and you can't hear what they're saying. They just say it doesn't matter. So if somebody's laughing at something, and you ask them what are you laughing about, and they tell you what they're laughing about, and you can't hear them, and they're just it doesn't matter. What are you laughing about? Why are you laughing so much about it?
The laughter, the mystery laughter. Well, with that, I think we can wrap. A round of applause for our panel discussion on missing the social cues.
Crocs don't go on socks.
And for this Red Kite Live, both the foundation that performed first and Next Gen Seniors now. So we're just about at the end of the show. Agnes, how do you feel?
I feel good.
Okay, we're going to end on social cues with, I think, one of your favorite singers. Does everyone know that Agnes, in addition to being the radio facilitator here, is a jazz singer? She sings with the Chapel FM Jazz Collective. We'll hear her sing maybe one of these days soon with CJC. And we're going to end with a little Ella Fitzgerald. Let's call the whole thing off, which is a bit about missing social cues as well.
Yes.
Yes, and so here is Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong singing Let's Call the Whole Thing Off with a strange accent as well. Here we go.
Pretty pass. Our romance is growing flat. For you like this and the other.